This is one of the most family-friendly and underrated buildings you do not know about in Toronto, which is 28 Linden Avenue. Has an interesting history as well. Let me break it down briefly for you guys. If you're looking for a quiet building in a quiet residential area, this is your best bet. And it has a very interesting history. Tridel, the builder of this building, has incorporated the heritage site built by the industrialist James Cooper in 1880 into the actual building, and it's a hub for resident activities and amenities. So I really like the incorporation of the heritage site. I'm a big fan of red brick, as you guys know. I'm an old soul, and the way they've incorporated that into the new modern structure, even though it's about 8 to 10 years old now, still looks pretty new and modern. I think it's a great synthesis of the old and the new. We're talking about around 33 stories, around 280 units. And what I like is anything from the miniature units to the larger units all have functional layouts. The 2-bedroom corner units are beautiful. Shout out to a lovely viewer of this channel, Zohib. To the miniature, smaller junior 1-bedrooms, they have proper bedrooms. I actually have a current listing in this market for rent. That's a junior 1-bedroom. It's probably the cheapest listing on market for rent in downtown right now. One of the cheapest, not the cheapest. Really, the primary value proposition of this building is something family friendly. When I say that, there's a lot of families in this building, a lot of owners. It's quiet and residential. Even the people who are tenants in this building are working professionals who are just very lovely people. And it has this heritage charm as well. And on a price per square foot, it's quite affordable, I would say. It's a Tridel building, right? Tridel buildings that have a certain quality and standard. You can see it in the lobby, as we will see in the lobby shortly. Has a nice waterfall, has a nice staircase going up. Once again, it has incorporated the heritage into the wider condominium structure, and it looks effortless in the actual building. It's really classy and affordable. And I hope you guys see what I mean. It's a very classy building. It has that certain sense of prestige that cannot be manufactured that a lot of new modern buildings try to manufacture. But this has the advantage of actually having the history, right? And it doesn't seem outdated, right? It just is a very classy building. Now, it's not a perfect building by any means. Even the best buildings are not always the right fit for people. This is meant more so for someone who's after a little bit more of a quiet living in downtown. Still central, still downtown, still well connected, but more quiet living. Furthermore, the hallways to some might appear a bit outdated, but besides that, you know, it's a really fantastic family-friendly building. It does have limited and scarce parking. Not a lot of units have parking, and the visitor parking can be a bit scarce too, but they're usually very flexible with regards to, you know, other residents taking advantage of the visitor parking. And weirdly enough, it's also one of the only buildings I've ever seen with a defibrillator in the elevator. So that's a bonus. If you have heart issues, this is the building for you. All right.
And as a sample, here's the unit I was referring to for rent that I had on market. It's already leased out. We leased it out for $2,100 to pretty good tenants. But this is what I'm talking about. Although, of course, this is not the tip-top luxury unit. This unit was only about 570 square feet, and for 570 square feet, it made really good use of the space. You have a proper bedroom, you have a mini kitchen island. So part of why I like 28 Linden a lot is the very fact that you get, even with smaller units, functional floor plans, let alone larger, more bright, more spacious corner units. We ended up renting this out for $2,100. Now, one thing you will note from this unit is that a lot of units in this building, whether it's 1-bedrooms, whether it's 2-bedrooms or 1+1s, if they are the 01s or the 09s, due to the floor plates of this building, will be facing this obstructed view. So that's another key point of consideration. Otherwise, once again, to reiterate, even smaller floor plans have functional layouts, as evidenced by this sample unit that was my listing. And everything I've said thus far is very true. It's a classic building, perfect for families or end users in a quiet area that might not be everyone's cup of tea. If you're looking for something residential in downtown, that's pretty good. As always, for any buying, selling, leasing inquiries, you already know what to do. Get in touch with me. And for any more information, all you got to do is follow me for more. No one knows the Toronto condo market as well as I do.